guys are looking for cheap and reliable coins, check out FIFAcoin.com right now for the Lunar New Year. They got all kinds of free packs, bonus packs, and a lot of awesome stuff you guys should definitely check out. I'll have a link in the description down below. Use Fangs for a 5% discount.
Hey guys, how's it going? It is Fangs and welcome to a different style of video you're gonna be seeing on my channel here today. This is the wall in my nursery, and I thought, you know what, I need to have a change up. I need to have a style change, a background change for videos like this. This is a little bit different. Normally I'm doing FIFA and a lot of it recently, mostly because I can't do the physical things I was able to do before, but I will be able to in the summertime. But for now, I wanted to make a video. I've done one similar to this in the past, and it was like a 25 random facts about me, but I have some more facts, some things that you didn't know, maybe some like, really one of them, the biggest thing in my life that I don't tell anybody about, that probably nobody on YouTube, none of my YouTube friends, not a Miniminter, not a Nepenthes, none of those guys even know anything about, because I even hide it from them. I'm not gonna lie, I hide it from them. I wear socks all the time. You'll notice it in videos. I never show my feet, and you're probably wondering, why doesn't she ever show her feet? It's a big deal, and I always would say something like, you know, there's a big thing on Twitch where it says if you show your feet, you're gonna get banned from Twitch and all that different kind of stuff. But honestly, there's a reason why I don't, and a lot of times people have flaws. Like, you'll see people and they'll be a very pretty girl, they'll be a very handsome man, and you're like, man, they're so perfect, but everybody has a flaw, and I have one that I'm pretty embarrassed about, and I'll tell you about that in this. So it's gonna be 10 facts about me. Some of them are more so like things that are like weird about me, or things that I'm scared of, and then other things are just kind of interesting things that you probably didn't know about me. So we're gonna get started with those right now with fact number 1, and that one is, in 2nd grade, I won a contest by writing a child's novel, and with that, my teacher actually said, whenever I wrote the novel and I won the contest, she said, you are gonna grow up to be something special when it becomes, or when it comes down to being a writer. So she thought that I was gonna be a writer, which is really weird when you think about it. I think about it all the time, and I wrote this novel. It was called The Oogie Woogie Boogeyman. I wish I had it. I have no idea where it is. I've asked my mom about it. She doesn't know where it is. It's just gone, which stinks. It might actually be at that school. I was in Nichols. If anyone lives in Miami, Oklahoma, I went to Nichols Elementary, and it might be there in their library, but we had a whole contest. It was like all the elementaries in Miami, and we wrote these little things, and I made the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman, and I just have always been kind of like a creative writer type of person, and that's kind of what I thought that I was gonna do out of high school. I actually went to college to be in journalism, and then it just changed and things went crazy, and I ended up being a business major, so completely different than what I was going for that. But the Oogie Woogie Boogeyman, it won a prize, so I got 1st place, which was pretty awesome. I forgot exactly what I got for it. I don't think it was money value or anything like that, but it was something really cool, and my teacher was like really big on me becoming a writer, and so that kind of transferred with me all throughout school. I was always good at English, always good at that kind of stuff, but ended up doing math and business and not a whole lot of writing, and then went into YouTube, which was not that either. So it's kind of weird, but yes, I won that contest. More about winning, because apparently I was really good at this when I was a child. A lot of people always ask me if I played the sport of football, European football, also known as soccer. I actually played American football and European football. I think in the last one I talked about how I played American football in the 4th grade, and I was a running back, I played on defense, I did everything pretty much, but I played European football from age 4 until I was in the probably 9th grade, which would have been 14 or 15. You had to choose in high school, and I've talked about this before too, you had to choose in high school whether you would do certain sports or not, and it was in the winter time, it was outside. To get hit by that ball was not something I was interested in. Played basketball, decided to choose softball, and I did not choose it, but in the 6th grade, I was on a team. I still lived in Oklahoma at the time, in Miami, Oklahoma. I was on a team called the Miami Nitro, and there's this like girls in our whole like little town. It was like a town of 10,000. We had 4 girls that were really, really good at sports. 2 of them were twins. It was me, the Cardin twins, and I can't remember the other girl's name, but she had short hair. She kind of dressed a little bit like a boy. And then we had all these other girls on our team that I'd become friends with, and we went to the state championship in football, also known as soccer, and I ended up winning it. I didn't. Us as a team, I mean, I did too. I was a striker and a winger, but we ended up winning it, and it was huge. It's the biggest trophy that I have out of all my trophies, and it was a big deal. I am so sorry that you're gonna hear some random dog howling in the background. Someone's left their dog out the entire day, and he's done this howling all day. I feel so bad for him, but I won that. So if you ever, I mean, people say I don't know anything about the sport. but I at least have won a state championship in it. Something crazy about me that's a little bit different, and a lot of people have this, I'm ambidextrous, so I can use my left hand and my right hand when it comes to writing. I can use it in sports. Oddly, I swing lefty, but I kick better with my right. So it's just weird. I don't know how that came together. I started off a lot with my left hand when I was writing, and then I was like, oh, let's try the right hand. It's like no one forced me. I know a lot of people say in schools they try to force you to use one or the other. No one forced me. It just kind of happened, and so I've been able to use both of them, which has been actually really good. It was great in basketball, and it was really good in softball because obviously being a left-handed swinger, I think gives you a little bit more of an advantage because you can do like the hit and run, and I don't know, hard to explain right now in this, but I use both left hand and right hand whenever I'm playing sports. I don't really I do more so my right hand with writing now, but when it comes to sports or anything like that, I can use both of them. I eat with both. Oddly, I'll do a switch off, like a lot of people, when they cut a steak, they'll cut with the right hand and then they'll switch and put their fork in the right hand and eat. No, I just cut left hand, go, because they both work the same to me. A lot of people think, I mean, they know I'm from Texas, and I've lived in Texas most of my life. Whenever I was born though, I was not born in the state of Texas. I was actually born in Oklahoma, and the only reason I was born in Oklahoma is because my mom wanted me to be born in the same hospital as her and my brother, and now my other two brothers and sisters who have been born like in the same hospital, sorry. They've been born there too. But it's mostly, I think, to do with possibly Native American benefits. I don't know, but we have like Native American cards and everything up there, and if you're born, it's not as expensive pretty much if you're born up there. So I think that's one of the biggest reasons, I think. But we lived in Waco, Texas at the time, and we drove all the way up there for me to be born. That's like crazy. It's crazy to think about because I'm thinking about having a kid right now, and I'm thinking, man, I don't know how I'm gonna get to the hospital the moment it happens. I think she planned though. She probably did like 3 weeks before. I'm pretty sure she planned it out, but not born in Texas, born in Oklahoma. Did come back to Texas though, not even like a week after I was born, and then lived in Texas, so might as well be a Texas. All right, this is the embarrassing one. I'm gonna throw it down here in the middle, and I'll probably do like a close-up with my sock on to show you whenever I'm downstairs so I can put that and like edit it into the video. But I was born with toes that were all the exact same length. They were. Whenever I was born, up to a certain age, they were. I'm pigeon-toed, which kind of makes me like walk a little bit more inward on one of my feet, my right foot, but my left foot, for some reason, and what made me think about this, what made me actually want to come out and talk about this, because I actually saw a picture of Firefox recently, OMG Firefox, where she is missing, like her pinky just didn't grow on one of her hands, and I've never noticed that at all. And so I saw that and I was like, that's crazy. Well, I didn't have a toe not grow, I just had a toe stop growing. So this toe of mine used to be a certain, like they were all the same, and then whenever I was probably 7 or 8, one of the ones, the middle one on my left foot, just stopped growing. And I think it's because we haven't really completely figured it out, but I think it doesn't even have its own bone. I think it's like attached to the other one next to it, because the one on the right foot's normal. It's just the one on the left foot has just stopped growing. And so it wouldn't be like that dramatic to where it's like, it's not like a little bitty, but to say if you were gonna have like, this would be your middle toe, it would probably come down and it would be just a little bit shorter than the rest. It's hard to explain. I would probably think about showing y'all the actual thing, but I'm gonna show what it looks like in my sock. I'm gonna let y'all know that, but I'm very embarrassed about it. It's a very embarrassing thing for me. It's actually the first thing, honestly, that Doobie noticed whenever we first met each other. I remember the moment that I met Doobie. He was like, Will, it's my husband. He was like, hey, you've got a little toe. And I was like, so embarrassed at the time because I had flip-flops on and I was already embarrassed to wear flip-flops. I've gotten over that a lot in my life. I do wear it with my friends and family. I don't care. It's just people I don't know. I don't want to be ragged on about it. I don't want to be like having problems with it. So I don't show it at all, but I have the small toe. Let's take a look at it real quick. So as you guys can see, it's hard to kind of tell because of the socks, but there's a top of a toe here, there's a top of a toe here, and this should be lined, but no, it's down here. So this is where like the other one is. And it looks even goofier if you saw the actual toe, but it should be going lined, and it's not. It's like down. So the toe's probably, I mean, it's not a complete small toe, but I mean, it's not where it should be. So yeah, you can kind of distinguish the difference there. If you guys want to see the real thing, put hashtag the real thing in the comments down below. This is gonna take a lot for me to show that. I think if this video got to like 5,000 likes, I would show the real thing. I would get my toes painted. My toes, I already have like a problem where I get nervous and I rip my toenails off, so I'd have to like figure out, I hate my feet. I hate everything about my feet, but I would do it if you guys wanted me to. So 5,000 likes and I'll show you the full thing outside of the sock. It's gonna be embarrassing. But yes, one of my toes stopped growing when I was 7 or 8 years old. So the sixth fact about me is that whenever I got out of college, which you guys call university, some people call university, I got tested. You'll take this like aptitude test, and I took the test, and I thought, you know, it's gonna be something like, at that point in time I was in accounting and stuff like that, so I thought it was like, hey, you should be a accountant, or you should be this or that. No, complete opposite what if I ever would have thought that I should have been. It said that I should have either joined the army, which I kind of debated at that time in my life. I was young, and I thought, you know what, I could possibly do that. So it said either join the army or join the police force. And that kind of suited me a little bit because I kind of always wanted to be in the FBI. And in order to get in the FBI, I think you have to be in the police force first, which I did do like a whole ride along with police officers and really thought about joining it, but I'm a little bit of a wuss, all right? I was kind of scared for my life after I went on that ride along, and I didn't want to have to deal with all that. And the police nowadays, they have all this stuff that they're doing that's going on it's just terrible, and I don't know if I'd want to be a part of that. But the FBI, if I could like skip the police force and go directly to the FBI, maybe be a detective or something like that, that is something that I actually honestly would always be interested in. Like, I watch all kinds of investigate shows. I'd be totally interested in that. My seventh fact kind of makes me sound a little bit promiscuous, I guess, but people always wonder where your first kiss happened. And the one that I can remember, and it's kind of young, that's why I say promiscuous, it was kind of young, but it wasn't like a nasty, juicy tongue kiss. I pecked my first kiss. In 5th grade, it was a peck. I remember it like blatantly. It was at my birthday. I had just had this huge Halloween birthday, and my best friend at the time's name was Sasha. Her twin brother, she had a twin brother who I thought was cute, and his name was Shay. And so I ended up sitting on this little round wheel thing, and we talked about how we thought each other were cute, and so we decided to kiss. And so it was like one of those like, hey, do you want to kiss? Do you want to kiss? Mwah. And it was like a peck, so it wasn't anything that crazy. I can't remember using tongue until, honestly, it sounds even worse because I was young, but I was probably in 8th grade, so I had to be about 13 or 14 whenever that first happened. I guess that's a little bit, I don't know what's a normal age for that. When was your first kiss? Let me know in the comments down below. The ninth thing is a kind of a flaw about me, another one of the flaws. So I was born with some ear problems. A lot of kids have these actually. I'd had tubes in my ears because I was having a lot of ear infections and a lot of different things, but mine ended up getting pretty bad. And by the time I was probably 6 or 7, my hearing was not the greatest. I can hear, I'd say, pretty well, but for some reason I can't hear myself like very well at all. I can get very loud, I can get very quiet, and I don't notice it in myself. And I've had to like train myself over my lifetime with different jobs and different things and different speaking to be able to speak the way I do. And I still speak way too fast. You've probably noticed that on my channel. And a lot of times I pronounce things very wrong, and it's not because I'm trying to, it's not because I want to, it has to do with the way that I hear myself. And so I'll say, there's a big one, I know I say it, and I still don't say it correctly, and you're gonna say I don't, but I say in a roll, which doesn't, it's supposed to be like, I can say it for you however it's supposed to be. I can hear it and I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I'm not really saying that. There's different things that just don't make sense to me. I say, was it rate? I like to say rates there, but people will say, oh no, it's supposed to be different. And so I have to make up for that with the way that I speak and the things I do, and I had to learn it took me a long time actually, until I was probably like 22, how to project my voice correctly, how to slow down sometimes, how to not be too low, not be screaming at somebody. A lot of times I'm more screaming, I feel like, and that's because I can't hear myself very well. And so that happens a lot. I don't think that really changes how I pronounce people's names in FIFA, but it could be one of the indicators. I don't know. I think it's just because I'm American and I don't speak that language, but yes, that's one of the problems I have. And now for the last but not least, the 10th fact about me, and that is a fear of mine. And that is, I'm terrified of open water. I've never gone on a cruise. I really freak out. I've done it twice now and it's been awful, but it's not really, it wasn't open water. My biggest problem is being in the middle of water, say on a ship with nothing around you. You can't see land. It's not, you can't touch it, you can't see it, it's not there. That terrifies me. That makes me so scared to even think about, and I never ever want to do it, but I know at one point I'm gonna have to do a cruise. It's so terrifying me. I did want, like, even for me being on a canoe, I've done like kayaking and been on canoes with Doobie, and having water around me but not being able to get to the edge or know what's underneath me really drives me crazy. It makes my anxiety go just crazy. Being over, I try to knock myself out on airplanes because going from here to London, being over the ocean, knowing that nothing is gonna be able, like once we go down, it's just gonna be ocean, makes me sweat. Like I can break out in a fierce sweat when that type of stuff happens. So that is just one of the biggest fears. I don't know, I imagine a lot of people hold that fear. That's one of my biggest fears that I have. And then when you like go down and there's sharks everywhere and all kinds of scary things that are in the ocean, just everything about it. The darkness that's at the bottom of the ocean that you can sink to with all those light up fish. I can't handle it. I can't handle that whatsoever, so that terrifies me. Alright guys, so that is the 10 facts about me that have some flaws, that have some good things, that have some, you know, fears. And yeah, you get to find out about my toe that nobody knew about, that probably nobody would have ever imagined. I don't think that any of my friends, they would have brought it up. If somebody in my call would have, like the people I hang out with, if it would have been like Bateson or Nep or any of them, if they would have actually seen it by now, they would have brought it up and I would have already got crap about it. But you guys know about it now. And I kind of feel good to get that off my chest. So now if you see it from now on, I can be like, I already told you about it. So who cares? If you want to make fun of it, you can make fun of it all you want. That is going to be it for this video for today though. Different for the channel. Might be changing it up a little bit on this channel a lot because to be honest, you guys don't seem to want to see FIFA content. It's not interesting to you and I don't want to bring you something that's not interesting to you. I want to have content that you love. So if you do love this, if you do want to see that toe, get this video right here to 5,000 likes. Thanks for watching this video and until next time, see you guys later.